Good evening and welcome to State of Business on our television. I'm Nadun Sirivardhana. Let's have a look at the headlines. Discussions will continue with the United States to secure further concessions, President says. Government plans to launch national plan for autism daycare and therapy centers. News in detail. President Andrew Kumar Dissanayake has revealed that the United States has agreed to reduce the previously imposed reciprocal tariff on Sri Lankan exports from 44% to 30%. Speaking during a high-level meeting with stakeholders from the export sector at the Presidential Secretariat recently, the President said talks are ongoing to secure further concessions. President Dissanayake stated that this tariff reduction was the result of successful bilateral negotiations with the United States. He emphasized that the government remains committed to policies that support economic growth, safeguard the interest of exporters, and improve the overall well-being of citizens. Key highlights from the discussion include continuing negotiations with the US officials to further lower tariff rates and protect Sri Lankan export competitiveness. The President urged public-private sector collaboration to mitigate economic risks and maximize emerging opportunities. Stakeholders were encouraged to diversify export markets and expand the country's global footprint beyond traditional sectors. Representatives from major export institutions including Brandix, the Tea Exporters Association and the International Chamber of Commerce were present. The United Nations Development Programme has reaffirmed its support for the Sri Lankan government's ongoing efforts to build an efficient and accountable public service. This assurance was given by the UNDP resident representative Asusa Kubota during a meeting held at the Presidential Secretariat recently. The discussions, chaired by Secretary to the President Dr. Nandika Sanath Kumanayake, focused on strengthening collaboration with the UNDP in key areas such as staff training and the establishment of internal affairs units in government institutions. These units are expected to play a vital role in preventing corruption, promoting transparency and accountability, upholding ethical governance, assisting law enforcement in coordination with the Commission to investigate allegations of bribery or corruption. Sri Lanka is taking a step towards inclusive child welfare with a new national plan to establish daycare and therapy centers for children with autism and other neurodevelopmental disorders. At a high-level meeting held at the Presidential Secretariat, Secretary to the President Dr. Nandika Sanath Kumanayake instructed officials to submit a detailed concept proposal within 2 weeks. The initiative, championed by President Andrew Kumar Dissanayake, will be coordinated through the Presidential Secretariat and involve multiple ministries and departments. The program is backed by a 250 million rupees budget allocation, which will be channeled through the Ministry of Women and Child Affairs to district-level administrators. Key goals of the program include developing a scientifically validated car model, training specialized human resources, establishing clear operational guidelines for a day-to-day management and promoting collaboration among healthcare, education and social services to deliver comprehensive support to children and families. Senior officials including Senior Additional Secretary to the President Kapila Janaka Bandara and Secretary to the Ministry of Women and Child Affairs KDR Olga were among those who took part in the planning session. Stay tuned, we will return after this commercial break. Welcome back. President Andrew Kumar Dissanayake has called for greater coordination between political leaders and public officials to improve service delivery and raise the standard for living for citizens. President Dissanayake made these remarks during the Hambantota District Special Coordination Committee meeting held at the District Secretariat recently. The President stressed that no one can operate in isolation and urged all stakeholders to work together to effectively utilize government resources. During the meeting, he reviewed district-level development challenges across sectors like agriculture, fisheries, health, education, roads, land and irrigation, along with progress on the government's digitalization agenda. A key concern raised was the underutilization of development funds. Of this, 574 million rupees allocated under the Southern Province Development Programme, only 23 million rupees, which is less than 5%, has been spent. The President urged officials to accelerate project execution to meet the needs of the people before the year end. He also emphasized a data-driven approach to problem solving, not guesswork, directed a review of school infrastructure and human resources in the district, addressed issues with the public service staffing, announcing plans to recruit 30,000 new employees after a 5-year gap. He promised support to complete the kidney unit at the Hambantota District Hospital, responding to a 70 million rupee funding request. He urged fast-tracking the Elephant Corridor project under the Hambantota Elephant Management Reserve. Now, President Anrukumara Dissanayake has urged political leaders and state officials to ensure the effective use of this year's record high capital expenditure of nearly 1,400 billion rupees. President Dissanayake made these remarks at the Matara District Special Coordination Committee meeting, calling for results-oriented development to achieve the government's targeted 5% economic growth rate. President Dissanayake stressed that inefficient use of allocated capital expenditure could derail the national development agenda. He reminded officials that timely and responsible use of public funds is critical, especially when the country is finally regaining its capacity to invest in development. Project reviews under the 2025 budget allocations for ministries, departments and institutions in the Matara district: agriculture, fisheries, health, education, road development, land and irrigation, with emphasis on fast-tracking unresolved issues. The Nilwala River salinity barrier, where the President called for a specialist committee to review all past reports and present a solution within a month. The need for a comprehensive flood mitigation master plan for the Matara district, potentially involving the Asian Development Bank or World Bank. In the interim, short-term measures were requested to support affected communities. Global furniture fittings leader Hettich has opened its first company-owned experience centre in Colombo, Sri Lanka recently. The move aims to bring world-class interior innovations closer to Sri Lankan homes and design professionals. The new experience centre, spanning over 3,500 square feet, showcases Hettich's premium range of furniture fittings, architectural door hardware and furniture lighting solutions. Designed as an immersive space for architects, interior designers, furniture manufacturers and consumers, the centre blends interactive displays with modern aesthetics. The inauguration was led by Andre Eckholt, Managing Director for India, Middle East, Africa and SAARC at Hettich, along with Dinusha Bhaskaran, Managing Director of Valuable One and Delmage Group. The German Ambassador to Sri Lanka and the Maldives, Dr. Felix Newman, attended as chief guest. Andre Eckholt highlighted the centre's goal to offer a hands-on experience with innovative solutions while strengthening its presence in the Sri Lankan market. He also emphasized the value of Hettich's partnership with Delmage, a brand well rooted in the local market. Speaking on the collaboration, Dinusha Bhaskaran said the launch represents a shared belief in design-led living and a commitment to enriching Sri Lankan lifestyles with globally renowned innovations. Stay tuned for the stock update. Trading at Colombo Stock Exchange ended on positive notes today.
The all-share price index gained by 297.13 to close at 18,838.39, and the S&P SL20 gained by 167.15 to close at 5,653.65. The turnover was over 9.4 billion rupees and over 520 million shares were traded.
Up next are Forex rates. That's all our news for today. For this and more, subscribe to our channel on YouTube and follow us on Facebook. Take care and good night.